All right, bruh. All right, property D's. All right, what's good with it, you fucking monkeys? All right, what's good with it, you monkeys? So I'm kind of bored, and and I plan on staying up till like 3 in the morning. So I'm gonna be doing an unofficial podcast, and by podcast I mean I feel like talking about random shit. So that's what I'm gonna be doing tonight. So I will be talking about random shit and hoping that my mic doesn't unplug because the wire is very sensitive when I move it around a lot. So I'm just gonna kind of walk around my room because I don't feel like sitting for a long period of time, and just holding my mic and just hoping it sounds good. And I can just walk around freely around my room because it'll actually sound good. So yeah. So I'm just here to talk about random shit tonight, whatever's on my mind. It unplugged again. All right, I'm just watching my OBS just to see like the mic's just. All right, cool, that goes through. It went. Bruh. All right, that worked. All right, so I can't hold this the way I really want to because then the wire gets monkey mode. Actually, let's see if I could. All right, it works. All right, I'm holding it the way I want to. All right. So today, I'm just gonna be talking about whatever the fuck's in my mind and hoping the mic does not get unplugged midway through. And if it does, well, that sounds like a you problem. Actually, it's a me problem. All right, I'm just gonna start talking. I'm like 99% sure this is like the first video of 2021. Well, not the first, but like the second, because the first video. All right, we back. All right, the first video I actually made of 2021 was about that whole Kami Carson situation, and I made a very short video about that, and that was that. That was it. Because the only reason I made it was like, oh, people are talking about it, so I might as well put my word on it, or say whatever I want to say about it. I'm just gonna move this. Hold on. All right, there we go. It's my fucking microphone stand. All right, but anyway, back to talking. So I only made that really because like, oh, wait. All right. Anyway, the only reason I really made that was because other people were making it. So I was like, okay, everyone else is, so I might as well hop on the bandwagon of what people are saying. I did give my actual opinion straight from my like the heart, but the actual video idea I only made it because other people were, and I kind of just wanted views. I still do. But I was thinking to myself like a few minutes ago, like, hey, I haven't made a video in a few months, and I really want to, but I haven't had any ideas. Actually, I've had a few, but I just haven't acted on them because of school is actually just destroying me. Like, you know what? Fuck it. We talking about school now. So I do online school. I couldn't choose not to, which is kind of a dilemma I'm facing. If I want to go to school physically or not. But the only thing that's like holding me back is really just my dog, and the fact that I like being home and hate being at school. Like the only reason I really want to go to school physically is to see if like my socialization changes. Because right now I don't talk to that many people physically or texting. Only people I really text are like either in like a group chat or people who aren't even from this town, who are like my friends who I've known before I moved, and that's it really. So I want to see if I go to school, if like my socialization ever changes, and I honestly doubt it will. I mean, it could, but I honestly doubt it. I'm out of breath. Fuck. We're only 4 minutes in this bitch. Anyway, I actually went to school physically for 2 days, and then there was a COVID case, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do school online. I don't know if this is with all states. I have no idea because I'm not really educated on this whole topic, but you can opt to be fully online for like the school year, or fuck, I'm out of breath, or be online for however long you please. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be online because I hate being at school and I like being at home. So I'm really, it's like a win-win for me. But now, as like, there at my school now, say starting April 5th, everyone's coming back. But if you're all virtual, you can stay online. And so my teachers were going around asking us like, hey, who's staying online and who's coming to school? Because they have like a hybrid thing, like people come in groups. And a large majority of people said they're coming in person. Now, whenever it got to me, I said, I don't know yet, because I still honestly don't know yet. Uh, Part of me wants to stay at home because my dog is here. All right, we back. Anyway, so I like being home in general because I'm at home. I don't have to wear a mask for a long period of time. All the food that I eat is here because there's no way in hell I'm eating fucking school food. That shit is actually terrible. Um, yeah, I'd rather eat the food that's here. And when I have a break at school, I have to just be sat in like the auditorium or the lunchroom because they got rid of our open periods because of COVID. So if I was at school, I'd have to be sitting in like a room or something like that. Just kind of sat there on my phone like, man, I hate this. But when I have an open, which I have a few this semester, actually like a 2 hour one this semester, because it goes with my lunch break. So when that happens, I could just like run errands I need to around the house, walk my dog, just like lounge around basically and do do whatever I want to. But when I'm at school and I have it open, I literally just have to sit there for a very, very long period of time talking to no one when I would like to talk to people. Now, when I'm home during my break, I mean, yeah, sure, talking to people's alright, but I'd much rather just lounge around with my dog, make some food, and just, run errands, do whatever I need to do. But then again, like, I don't know, man. I also, with lunch, I have no idea what my fucking lunch waves are. I only know what one of my classes are, because they split we had an 8-day, before COVID, we had, all 8 periods in one day. But now they're like, alright, we're going to split it into, so I have periods 1 through 4, one day, next day 5 through 8. So each period is 75 minutes long, which just hurts me. I hate sitting there for so long. But, I only know what my first lunch wave is for my 1 through 4 classes. 5 through 8, I actually have an open during when the lunch is. So I guess I just kind of exist around like, for a bit or some shit. So I'll figure that out. Now, the only reason, I don't even know, but I don't know. I went to school for like the first 2 days of my group's in-person thing. And my socialization was exactly how I expected it to be, which was nothing. Because in general, I mean, I am a social person. Like, I love talking to people. But when I get to like school, I'm the quiet kid. I hate saying that, but I'm sitting there like, all right, I'm just here. I exist around. I kind of just exist. I'm like a background character. That's not how I see myself though. I'm the fucking main character. You guys can go fuck yourself. I don't know where that came from, but basically when I get to school, I don't talk to that many people as I would like to, because I want to be a social person in general, because I think it's important for like, your mental health to actually socialize with people in person, physically, and not just on the phone. Because on the phone, there's like a barrier, because you're not getting like the real emotion the other person is trying to reciprocate to you. And then FaceTime exists, which is probably the worst thing ever invented. I hate FaceTime so much because it's so awkward. Because you'll FaceTime someone, you'll talk about a topic or something, whatever the fuck, and then it's just nothing for the rest of the call. And you're just like, hey, I'm trying to think of a conversation, man. And they're like, yeah. So you got to find a really weird place to end it off, but you can't. So you just make up some bullshit excuse, which is what I do sometimes. But large majority, I only FaceTime 2 people nowadays, and that's very rarely when I do FaceTime them, or they FaceTime me, whatever. But normally they end it like, oh, I have to do this. Good night. I'm going to sleep. Some shit like that. And I don't know. It's just like there's like a a pressure to like say something. Actually, no, I have a better topic. Speaking of pressure, that's been on my mind for like months. Damn, I'm out of breath. All right, we getting back into this topic. So, what I want to bring up now is that it's something that I personally consider it's like a personal opinion. I'm gonna move further. Hopefully, my cord, mic doesn't disconnect. All right. So I want to bring up that, in my personal opinion, that there is a societal pressure to have depression or some sort of mental illness, and here's why. Now you see, like on social media, a ton of people are like, "Oh, I have depression. Oh, I have this." Like, I'm not saying that they're lying, but I'm just saying like a lot of people are saying, "Oh man, look how much my hand is shaking. I have a really bad anxiety." I'm not gonna like bullshit that, but I'm saying like on like TikTok, worst place ever. I say as I have a TikTok and post avidly. I don't think that's the right word, but anyway, I'm just saying like I think there's a societal pressure to have some sort of mental illness or depression because of social media. So I think like when an influencer says, "Oh, I have let's just say depression," like, "Oh, I have depression," and like they're being genuine about it, their fans are like, "Oh man, I want to be more like this influencer who I look up to so much." So they will say, "Oh, I feel sad a lot. I have depression now." So they'll just kind of say it because their influencer that they look up to has it too. Now, I'm just, fuck, I can't speak for shit. But I don't know if that makes sense. But I'm saying like in general, even like if there's not an influencer, since so many people are saying they have a mental illness, other people want to fit in. So they'll be like, "Oh man, I have a mental illness too. I too have depression, anxiety, all this shit." So I just feel like there's a massive societal pressure to have a mental illness, and I find it to be brain dead. I'm gonna be honest, it's brain dead. Like when someone says they have anxiety, I'm like, okay, but like when they, I guess, exaggerate it a lot, where it's like, "Oh my god, my anxiety's so bad. That pencil's off to the left. Oh man, my OCD." I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you're just fucking faking it," or not faking it, but like you're just doing it for attention. Like, it's fucking weird. Like I know people who have literally been diagnosed with mental illnesses, like these serious mental illnesses, and they do not act like that in the slightest at all. That shit is weird. Like, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I've literally been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, and I don't act like that in the slightest. Look at this shit. I don't shake. Actually, I have a whole cup of coffee. If I drank that shit, I would be shaking. But in general, I'm just saying, people like, there is a societal pressure to have depression or mental illness, and I think it's completely brain dead. Because if let's just say someone was clearly faking it just for attention, and someone caught on, they would probably be ridiculed, not ridiculed, but like berated by the person faking the mental. I'm out of breath. Hold on. They would be berated by the person with the mental illness, being like, "Oh my god, you're not respecting my mental illness." Ugh. Like, man, come on. This shit's retarded. Am I allowed to say that? I'm gonna assume not. I'm gonna cut that out. All right, next topic. What am I gonna talk about? Moving. That's what I'm gonna talk about. So I moved from a town I lived in from when I was 3 to 12. About, how old am I? I'm 17. 5 years ago. So I moved there, 5 years ago. And the thing is, I still go there. I have a topic. Trust me, I forgot I can move over here because it's in frame. I've been staying in the same fucking spot. So I go there a lot to see my best friend who lives there. And so we meet up. Not like I don't go there like every weekend or some shit. I go there like every few months, or like a ton of like Fuck, I'm out of breath, man. I don't want to go there too much, so I can like see my friend have a good time, shit like that. So I could actually like have a really good experience and like a memory making experience, because I haven't seen them in a while. So I'd be like, "Oh wait, I haven't been here in a while," so I'll have a good memory for it, if that makes sense. Anyway, so what I find really brain dead is that when I moved, like before I moved, I had a ton of friends there. Like I had like a whole massive friend group of all these people I used to know. And then I moved, and then it was almost like a switch went off on them, and they kind of stopped talking to me. You know, they like stopped talking to me, stopped texting me. I would text them a lot, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because when I moved, I had zero friends because I didn't go to school for a few days, so I can get myself situated. Here, because I just fucking moved, so I had to get situated. So I'd text them like, "Hey, it was good," and I just get like the most dry responses. But my best friend though, we're still in contact because we've been talking since fourth grade. So we're still in contact. So I fucking thank you, man. He's really the only one from that town who I still talk to a lot. But like, I find it funny, the moment I moved, that whole friend group is dead. I talked to my friend about it. That whole friend group died. I moved, it died. I made that fucking friend group. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I find it weird how people will you move from a town. Bro, I have a fucking stain on my shirt. I just realized that. Who gives a fuck anyway? Um, I find it weird that when like you move from somewhere or like go to a different school, people automatically just stop associating with you, and I find that to be super brain dead. It's just there's no reason if you had such a good relationship with someone, and then they move, you just stop associating yourself with them. It's just, man, bruh. Yeah. It's just fucking weird. Oh, man. You know what? I got my driver's license recently. Fucking. You good? Alright. Alright, we back on. Anyway. So I got my driver's license on March 19th. It's April 4th right now. And, yeah. That shit's fun. I don't have a car yet. I find it actually kind of funny. Mostly people have a car but no license, but I just have a license, no car. I just use my mom's car occasionally. I really don't drive that often, as much as I would like to. Uh, I usually only go to drive when like I have to go to a store, or that's it really. If I have to go to a store, I need to go get something. I'll be like, hey, I need the car for a bit. That's it. But so the funny thing is, I got my learner's permit on March 4th, 2020, which is right a few days before, the pandemic literally started. So as I like had my permit, I was like, yeah, I got to go to driving school soon so I can get my license, because in the state I live in, you only have to have your permit for 6 months. All right? So then you can get your license after the 6 months. But in that time span, you can go to driving school, to get your credentials, really, to get a license. So as I'm like, oh man, I have to get my license, the whole world goes on lockdown. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And then, things start reopening. But by the time things start reopening, I had, school and some after school activities. Yeah, I did after school activities while being online. Not sports and shit, but the school play. Go fuck yourself. And so I did that, which was, actually kind of fun. Shit in my pocket. But so I had stuff after school, so I couldn't go to driving school. And also, driving school is fucking stupid expensive. $600, man. For what they teach there, it's not worth the thick $600. It's worth, I think, maybe like $50, 75 at most. Driving school is probably worth $75. But no, so I had my license. So I got my learner's permit on March 4th, 2020, and I started going to driving school on January 4th, 2021. So it was almost a year I had my license. Not my license, my learner's permit. But I went to a driving school in a few towns over because it was $200 less, and I didn't have to go to a DMV for my test. I got to take the test at the driving school, which would save me a butt-fuck ton of time from the DMV, because that place is the trenches. So, anyway, it was nice. I mean, I liked the school a lot because the teacher was great. All we did, though, realistically, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I mean, the school was great now, but all we did for the physical classes, because it's 30 hours physical, 8 hours on the road. Damn, I'm out of breath. So yeah, all we did was go over the manual, the driving manual, which I've read before, because I had to read for my learner's permit. And that's it. And we watched videos from the 80s and 90s. No really relevant videos from like the last 20 years. But the thing is, I did learn from those videos. They were funny though. I have I have a few clips saved in my phone because of how fucking funny they are out of context. But that's all we did. We watched videos from like the 80s and just read over a few pages from the manual, and I got to go home. But then came the driving part. I had to do 5 driving lessons, like on the road lessons, 4 hour and a half, 1 2-hour class. Now those were all right. It was just the same repetitive things like, oh, go here, do a front end, do a back end, go on the highway, do shit like that. I'm gonna talk slower now because I'm out of breath. So basically just shit like that. And then came my test, and I got to miss school, and that was nice on a Friday too. So I got to miss my Latin class, and I had an open after that, so I didn't have to go to that shit. So yeah. So my test was at 9:45 a.m. and I get there at 9:30. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this shit. So then I walk in there into the school, and there's a ton of other people there, like people my age, like waiting to take the test. So I'm like, oh, maybe they're here for their test after mine. So I sit in like the back because I can, and they start calling up names to go take the test. I'm like, what? What? Wait, I'm fucking stupid. I forgot to add something. The reason that there were people. So, alright. I gotta cut this out. Alright, so I get there at 9:30, right? And so, I go to the driving instructor, or the guy who really runs the place. And so I give him my permit. He gives me like some papers and shit. He's like, alright, give this to the guy when you get up there. And he tells me, the instructor who was supposed to come in today got COVID. So they have to send a replacement. So we're a little bit behind schedule. And so when I heard that, I was like, oh, maybe I'll take my test 10 minutes later than I was supposed to. I took my test at 11:30 a.m. instead of 9:45 because of the amount of fucking people that were before me. It was actually just trenches. But I passed with no mistakes too. I actually thought I failed because I was doing a 3-point turn. And I thought I hit the fucking curb. Like I was the first part of the 3-point, like I pulled over, went all the way to the left, and I thought I hit the curb. And I was like, oh my god, I just fucking failed. I'm gonna have to retake this, don't I? So I'm like, oh no man, I just failed, didn't I? And then, I put the car into like reverse, I finished my 3-point turn. Bro says take a right. Now, taking a right at where we were takes us back to the school. So I'm like, no, I fucked up. And he's like, take a left. And there's just some random fucking parking lot. So I'm like, oh, I didn't fail. So, he asked me to do a back in. And I was practicing my back in that whole week. I took my mom, I was like, hey, come here. I gotta practice back ins. Because they're different with cars. Like, each car is different. So I assumed it was going to be a different car that I'm practicing in. It wasn't. So since I was super nervous, I line up how I do it back, and you line up you basically just line up it halfway, whatever. I'm too lazy to explain it. So I go into the spot. There's a little fucking rear camera in the car. So I'm watching that, and I can tell that I'm a little wide in the spot. And bro, I put the car in park. I pull out the handbrake. Bro opens his door and looks, and I do the same because I'm like, oh god, and I just see the line so fucking close to the car. I'm like, oh no, and I was a little bit sideways too, because I was so nervous. And the instructor goes, do you want to try that again? I'm like, try that again? So I tried again. It was fine. But before my test, I actually had something planned 2 weeks in advance, and that was to wear a certain outfit. Not because, oh, I want to look nice when I get my license. No. Human psychology. Now, here's where human psychology gets into my driving test. So, the color blue. When a human sees the color blue, like our monkey primate instincts go, oh, this is calm, this is a friend. As opposed, it's like someone wearing I'm not trying to bring fucking Crips and Bloods into this shit. I'm just saying if someone was wearing red, someone was wearing blue, and you put like a random person, observing the two, they would see the person wearing the blue as more friendly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're more approachable and more friendly, as opposed to someone wearing red, because red is a more aggressive color. In general, like I don't have a lot of red things, nor do I have a lot of blue things either. Shit, I really got no blue things. I got a blue thing all the way over there. That blue thing all the way over there is calming. That red thing is kind of like aggravating and like at me. So my outfit plan was to wear black jeans and this blue sweater I have that says Block Island on it. And the reason I wear the black jeans is so that the blue sweater would stand out way more than it would if I was wearing any other color jeans. So I did that. And the funny thing is, after the back end, right? I'm like, he told me where to go. So I go there. He starts talking to me about his family. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this working? Or is he just making conversation just because he's bored? No. He just starts talking about his family and work and all these things. And he's like, hey, what day is it? I'm super tired. And I'm like, it's Friday. And he's like, is it? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, oh man, my kid's birthday is tomorrow. I'm like, oh, happy birthday. He's like, oh, he's turning 19. I'm like, oh, cool. I don't know what to say to that. What the fuck am I supposed to say besides happy birthday? So, so we go back to the school. I do a flawless front end, and I'm sat there. I could literally hear my heartbeat. I could hear and feel my heart just going like. And then so he gets the pink slip. He just like puts a check mark in every single box. Like, all right, you passed. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, no mistakes. I feel like he passed me only because he's so fucking tired. Because bro looked so exhausted and just out of it to the point where he didn't even want to be there. So he just probably passed me out of tiredness. But either way, I have my license. I'm a good driver, I swear. I never go above the speed limit, because the way I drive blasting fucking music with most of the windows open. My passenger window and the driver window are always open. I'm just fucking blasting music, and I feel like I'm gonna get like pulled over for like no reason. So yeah. All right, I'm going back to topics I have written in my brain. Speaking of written, that's my segue. I have on my desk. My desk isn't like a typical desk. It's a shelf desk. Like fuck my bracelets. I have my computer, like right here. My second monitor right there. They're not even connected because it's not enough space. But above my monitor are these two shelves with like books and like random shit that I collect. And I put a ton of sticky notes on there for shit that I want to do and shit to remind me to do. Fuck, I'm out of breath. I'm about to fucking burp. Hold up. Anyway. So I have a ton of post-it notes on here. And 20 that I wrote in the beginning of the year that said 2020 resolutions. And there were only 3 of them on there. I don't remember what the 3 are. I have it in my drawer, but I don't feel like getting it. And I don't think I actually did all of them. I think I did 2, and that was it. I don't remember what the other one was. I feel like I should. But I just know I only did 2 of them. And I tried the third one, but no matter how much I tried with it, I couldn't. But the 3 I actually have, is that 6 or 5? I have 5 written down for 2020. It's in the same spot. It says, fuck. I'm out of breath. Give me a minute. Alright. It says 2020 resolutions. Be happy. Be successful. Strive to be better. Be yourself. And don't worry about what other people think about you. That last one is one I really need to work on. Because a lot of the time, if I want to make a post on like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, I'm always like, oh, what if this, I have like people in mind. I'm like, oh, what if so-and-so sees it and he ridicules me? And then I think to myself at the same time, oh, I don't give a fuck about this person. I'm way better than them in general. They can go eat my ass. And then also, I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna see it. They're gonna, negatively, they're gonna say something about it to me, which is gonna make me feel like shit. So I still think like that, and I wish I don't. So yeah. That's the one I really want to work on. And also being successful, because I want to, be successful in life. I have a ton of life goals. And then underneath that, this is when I wrote at the beginning of the school year. It says things to do junior year, because I'm a junior, aside from school. There are, I can't count. Is that 5? That's 5. 5 things. 3 of them are crossed off. The first thing on there is get driver's license, because I got mine late. Because I got my driver's license like almost last of all my friends. Who the fuck is texting me? Fuck you. Anyway, it's the ones that are crossed off are get a driver's license, bool with the boys. Yeah, very epic vocabulary. And update my outfits. I updated my outfits. Yeah, this is very standard outfit. Shee the bill. Anyway, I made my outfits better. I hung out with my friends at like a party and shit for my birthday, so that was nice. And then, I got my driver's license. The 2 things that aren't crossed off is relationship and make a ton of money. Money, I actually had a job in October for some guy in my town running for, I think, state representative. I worked for him, and I actually stood in front of the voting center for 11 hours, one break for like 10 minutes. I stood there, got paid $120. Was it worth it? Yes. Because I don't know, I liked it for some reason. I had nothing else. Actually, relationships. I want to talk about that because I've been thinking about it a lot. Like I'm in high school, so you could really think, what's the point of a relationship in high school? But how I see it is, it builds experience on how you can, really exist in a relationship later on in life. Oi. Alright, we back in this bitch. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I feel like the only point of a relationship in high school, in my opinion, is just to build experience for, I guess, later in life. Because in high school, let's be real, what are the chances that a relationship in high school is going to last throughout college? Probably not. It's probably not going to, because their chances are the 2 people in the relationship are going to go to 2 different colleges, if they go to college. And maybe one could not go to college, one is, which creates a barrier between the 2, because if chances are, not chance, but like one of them could go out of state, one's in state, or 2 different states, so that kind of just creates a long distance, and not a lot of people like long distance. I'm gonna drink my coffee. I really need one. What the fuck? Alright. So, yeah. Alright, so relationships. Anyway, back to that. I personally want to be in one because I, A, want to learn from it, and B, I haven't been in one for 2 years. Not 2 years, but it's almost been 2 years. Which I'm not going to get into it, but I fucked up the last one pretty bad. That's all I'm going to say about it. I didn't, cheat or anything. I just fucked. Alright, we back. Anyway, I didn't cheat in the relationship. I didn't do anything like that. I was just super awkward when I was a sophomore. So I kind of was just kind of fucked it up being awkward. I'm still a bit awkward, but not as awkward and shit. So, yeah. But no, I feel like I want to be in a relationship because I guess this is just the only thing I need. And like my mental checklist of things I kind of want. It's not, the thing is, it's not a work. Alright, it works again. But a relationship for me is more of a want than a need. Because that's how I see a lot of things. Like, oh, do I want this or do I need this? So I see relationship as more of like a want, because a lot of my friends have it, and it's just like, fuck. A lot of my friends are in relationships. I see that they're super happy. I'm not saying that I'm not happy. I'm actually pretty happy, actually, for how I see it, I'm pretty happy. But I'm saying I could be even more happy, and I guess just it's good to be in. But I also don't want to force myself into a relationship, which is what I feel like I am doing to myself. Because I don't want to force myself into a relationship and then have both of us be unhappy solely because I don't actually have any feelings. Alright, we back. Alright. So I don't want to force myself into a relationship so that I don't, like, cause both people in the relationship, me and the other fucker, to be, miserable and not have, like, a genuine relationship. So I don't want to actually force myself into one. But then again, I see all my friends, but, like, monkey brain, human primate monkey brain sees other people in a relationship. So instinctively, you want to be just like them because it is the crowd, the tribe. You want to fit in with the tribe more. So you want to, have a relationship so you could be like the tribe. Or at least that's how I see it. I'm gonna be honest. My chances with females are not the best. I mean, in my opinion, I'm hot as shit. I'm stupid confident. Like, compared to how I looked when I first started this channel, I was 10 years old. I'm fucking 17 now. Look at this shit. I don't know. My hair's gotten better. My eyesight clearly has gotten worse. Hence the glasses. I don't know, but the glasses still look nice as shit. My style's alright. This isn't my prime. Actually, this is my prime style. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Jeans and a hoodie. I like it though. I fuck with it. That just made me remember something. So freshman year, when I first started freshman year, I was 5'3". I am now 5'10". I'm a little bit taller. But yeah, I used to be super short. Actually, some people in elementary school called me midget, and I was like, fucking bro, because I was the shortest in the class most of the time. Like, I remember my mom would ask me like, hey, who are you taller than anyone? And I'd be like, nah. And that was it. But now I'm taller than most people. It's fire though. I wanted to say something. Fuck. Oh shit, I can't remember. Fuck it. I've been thinking a lot about human psychology. Not only because I take a psychology class. I actually only took that class because I needed a credit, and I wanted to have like a stupid amount of school credits, so I took it for that reason. But I've been doing my own research into like human psychology and why we do the things we do and what purpose it serves us. Like, if you really think about a lot of things that like some people scoot my chair, watch the shit unplug. Alright, it didn't unplug. I'm surprised. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been thinking a lot about like why we do the things we do in life, like why we do certain things, and like what we gain from it. Like, that's why I see most things. Like, what do I gain from this action? And if I don't gain anything from it, I most of the time won't do it. Like, I don't know how, like, really, like, what topics I could think about it, but I guess like it could be put into any topic. Like, for instance, why am I doing this video right now? Like, what do I gain from it? I gain, I guess, actually don't know what I gain. I gain something. I guess clarity. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but I gain clarity because these are all topics I've wanted to talk about, but no one to talk about it with. And I also just want to document it because I like, making videos like this. I gotta stop talking fast, man. But yeah, I guess that's what I gained from it. But in like other things in life, I like to think about like what does, like, what do you gain from it? Like, what do you gain from it? And yeah, like that's it really. What do we gain from doing actions that don't gain us anything? That's just how I see it, honestly. Fuck, like, that's how I see relationships too. Like, especially at this age, The only thing you really gain is just experience and I guess sadness when the inevitable breakup occurs. I mean, I'm not saying every relationship in high school is going to end. I'm just saying a large majority of relationships are going to end in high school because of college and shit like that and like outside sources. So I'm just saying like you earn sadness, but you also earn experience. So it's like two sides of the spectrum. So I guess that's it. Um, what else is there to talk about? Um, moving. I talked about this already, but I want to touch on it more. I moved here and I was in seventh grade when I was 12. You can actually find the video I made when I first moved here. It's me making a Leafy's here impersonation. Very cool of me to do, because I don't know, but I don't know. When I first moved here in seventh grade, I guess I made the impression on most people that I was the weird kid because I would act super weird, because I don't know, I could. I actually remember the first week I moved, the two popular girls, these two popular girls came up to me, were like, "Hey, bestie," and in my head I'm like, "Please shut the fuck up. I'm not your fucking pet, man." Um, I didn't say that them outright. I was just kind of like, okay, kind of gave them like a vague response that I didn't give a shit, and I didn't talk to that. Actually, yeah, I didn't talk to that many people in middle school when I first moved. I had like a small group of friends that I still talk to now. So it's just kind of like a small group of friends. And now, in high school, when I would like to socialize with people, I feel like that my seventh grade self actually ruined my reputation because of the way that I would act. I would act super like crowd appealing, I guess to say, or like make an attempt to be crowd appealing. But it could just be that in general, I'm just not like I wasn't super social because I moved. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Um, what else is there to talk about? Cars. Not like, I don't know. There's not much to talk about with cars, but I don't have a car yet, but I'm probably gonna get one sometime in the summer. It's just gonna be my brother's car, because he's probably gonna get one sometime like August or some shit. I don't know, but I actually plan on making my car when I get it, modding it out a bit. Not like a modding like the engine and shit. No, just like interior. I'm not a super big car person. I just want my car to look kind of nice. I just want to replace like the shift knob and maybe some, I don't know, maybe like make the car on the inside look a bit better. It's like a 2012 Hyundai Elantra, and there's no rear backup camera. I mean, I don't use it anyway in my mom's car because I'm just used to looking at the back. So, but I know for 150, if I get a job, I'll go to Walmart, buy a fucking screen, and replace it myself, which is probably gonna be super strenuating and annoying, but I'll do it anyway because I can. I'm trying to see how long I've been doing this for. 42 minutes? Alright, don't care. Part of me just does not want to edit this because not that I don't like editing, I'm just too lazy to scrub through this whole thing, find the parts where I fucked up, and just kind of, edit it. But I might just not edit it and make this more natural. So, what's good with it, monkey? I call everyone monkey because, I don't know. I'll greet my friend with "What's good, monkey?" Just, I don't know why. Fuck it, we talk about negativity now. I'm just like thinking topics are just coming up now. All the topics I want to talk about I already talked about, so now I want to make this at least a very long video. So actually no, we're not going to talk about positivity. I'm gonna look at the Bang box I have underneath my desk because I drank all of that was inside there, and I just use it as a footrest now next to my subwoofer. So I stay up most nights, unlike weekend nights, because school I have to wake up early, and I know I'd hate myself for not getting enough sleep. So I've done that before. I've stayed up to like 3 in the morning, gotten to sleep, woken up at 7, and just be like, "What the fuck, man? What is wrong with you? Just let me sleep, my brother." So like for instance, it's 1:11 in the morning. I have a whole cup of coffee next to me. I do not plan on sleeping. I want to see the sunrise. So I got 5 hours on my hands, and I plan on using a lot of it doing this. Um, so, all right. How could I say what I want to say? So I like being when I wake up. The thing I look forward to most is the nighttime, because during the daytime, everyone's awake. There's a lot of things going on. Not to say I hate the daytime, but I love the nighttime more than the daytime. I over the summer I literally become nocturnal. I have April break next week. I will be nocturnal. My sleep schedule will be beyond fucked. But yeah. So the reason I like being up at night is because everyone's asleep. I can prolong my day, and I can get more done. Now, here's the thing: I don't do shit, so I get nothing done. The only thing I do is watch Netflix and just like kind of lounge around. But the thing is, I like that. I enjoy it because it's so peaceful and quiet. Um, like right now, if I just stay quiet, the only thing I hear in this room is my computer, and it's like a very soft, I guess, sound. But if like I'm not like during the daytime, I'll hear cars like kind of going around. I'll hear people talking, but it's just super quiet and peaceful, and I can prolong my day and get so much more done. And it's just so nice being up at night. It's just fun in general. Like I'll try to explain that to people, and they'll be like, "What?" you know? Yeah. All right. What else is there to talk about? Music taste. My music taste over quarantine has just gone to AIDS. It it went from me enjoying classic rock all the time. I still like classic rock, but it went from me slowly listening to classic rock and barely any rap to now I listen to dark trap and aggressive rap. So as the I guess you could call them underground artists, but Black BLCKK is probably one of my favorite artists out there right now. Because his music is kind of yelling and I like it, and also other people like A14, Lil Darky, Josiah. He's not underground at all. But I guess screaming music, like scream rap, I enjoy very much. I don't know why. It's just very soothing and like hypes me up and makes me very like energetic. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. So yeah, I've played my music for people, and they'll be like, "What is this garbage?" And I'm just, I'm kind of like, yeah, bruh, you know. In the car, that's mostly what I play. I play like screaming rap, and just very bassy and aggressive rap songs for no reason, only because I like them. Also with my windows down. Also, note that I live in a very suburban area, so it's very abstract to hear this type of music being blasted from a car. Uh, I was driving a few days, not a few days ago, last week, to just a store to get some shit, and so I lowered the windows, plug my phone into the car, put on my playlist. It's some screaming song. I'm like, all right. I go down. One of my neighbors is outside. She gives me this look of just perplexion as to what's going on in the car. I don't look at her, but I do look at her, but I don't make eye contact. I just make a turn and just leave. I have to go where I have to go. And so I go to the store, get what I have to. I'm on the way back, still blasting music, might add. And I stop at a stoplight. Some guy in a pickup truck pulls up next to me. His window's down too. I kind of look up at him. I'm like, "What's good?" Until the light turns green, I'm gone. It was funny as fuck. Oh man, I'm actually looking forward to senior year, only because I'll have a car by then. I could drive to school, and I will be blasting music. I guarantee you. I don't give a fuck what other people will think about me when I do this. I will show up blasting fucking music. At like with all the windows down. I'll put all four windows down. Just blast just the most aggressive bassy songs ever. Yeah. Train. I don't know. I was thinking about trains because I want to take a train to the town I moved from instead of driving there, because I fucking hate the highway, and highway is only a 32-minute drive. Not 32. No, 32 is right. 32 if there's no traffic. 50, not 50, 48, or 45 with traffic. Um, by streets it's an hour and 35. By train it's like 45 minutes, or is it 45 or 3 hours? I don't remember because I checked a while ago. Yeah, but it's $11, so not that bad for a train ticket. But I do have to stop in like one town that I don't like to be in or exist in. I have to go from my town to a town I don't like to. All right, that way. So I have to go from my town, a town I don't like, then straight to the town I want to be in. So I have to find my other train instead of just like a one-way thing, which is gonna be super annoying when I actually do it. Um, my legs are long as shit. Um, what else is there? I gotta hold my mic with the different hand 'cause I'm losing circulation. Oh shit. Um, oh wait, injuries. This is something I wanted to talk about for a while. Back in sophomore year, in the very beginning, in October, it was more towards the end of October. I actually tore my iliofemoral ligament, which is the one that connects your femur to your hip, and which hurt a lot because it was like October 23rd. I remember the exact date. It was a Wednesday, and I woke up with this like really. I woke up at like 4 a.m. from the pain, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is my leg hurting?" I was like, "Oh, probably because like I've been walking a lot because I did the school play, so I had to walk from school to home because I didn't have a ride." Um, so I'm probably like, "Oh, my leg's probably just sore from walking." So I go back to sleep and wake up. My leg still hurts like shit. I don't tell anyone in my family because I don't. I only thought it was like, oh, my leg's just being sore. So I kind of just like live with it for a bit, and then like, the next day, same thing. I woke up at 4 a.m. The pain is a little worse, and I'm like, what the fuck? And now I can't even walk. That's the thing. I can't even walk. Well, I can walk, but I'm walking with a limp for majority. Not majority. For I'm walking with a limp for the entire day, basically. So I'm literally limping around school. I'm like, yep, don't mind me. Just on my way to school, on my way to my class. So now I walk on this like booky, deteriorating leg for 2 weeks, and then one day, I couldn't sleep because of the pain, and I couldn't even like move my body. It would hurt that area so much. Like it's my left leg, this one. So it was like 1 in the morning, and I could not like even. My leg was bent like this, like how it is right now. I can't even move it straight. I could move it to the left, right at all. It would hurt that bad. And so I remember I stretched it out a bit, and it hurt. I got used to that pain. I just kept on stretching it out. And at one point, I'm like, all right, I have to straighten my leg if I want to go to sleep. Because I put a pillow there on my fucking bed, like the previous night, so I can rest my leg. I don't push, but like I kind of straighten out my leg. I feel a pop. And I'm like, what the fuck? This hurts way more. And so I'm there. I fall asleep. I don't know. I was just in so much pain. I just fucking fell asleep. And so I told my mom about it. She's like, bruh. So this was Thursday. No. Yeah, this was a Thursday. I thought my mic unplugged. So this is a Thursday. I go to school. I walk around in suffering in agony. And my mom's like, hey, I scheduled the doctor's appointment at like the local urgent care or whatever the fuck. I go there. I tell them what happened. And they're like, all right. Since we're stupid, we have no idea what's wrong with you. And I'm like, awesome. That's great. So they're like, all right, we're going to call the nearest hospital or emergency room and tell them that you're going to come in tomorrow so they can check it out. And I'm deathly afraid of hospitals. I can't even look at a hospital. Whether it be in media or in real life, I can't fucking look at hospitals for a plethora of reasons. This is not the reason. No, this is one of the 3 factors. I'm not saying the factors because I don't want to, but I'm deathly afraid of hospitals. So I'm like, fuck. But that night, I'm resting my leg, just kind of sitting on my phone, like my leg's just up on a few pillows. My brother walks in. He's like, hey, what's wrong? And so I explained to him what happened, and he's like, oh, you probably tore a ligament, because he's torn ligaments before. So he's like, oh, you probably tore a ligament or tore a tendon. So I'm like, yeah, that would make most sense. So I wake up. I got to miss school. Actually no. I'd rather go to school in the fucking emergency room. I go there. Now I was under the impression that I would be there till 12 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then I'm out of that bitch. So I go in there. They put a fucking IV in my arm, and I was like, brother, why? So they put an IV. They take a few blood tests, and by a few I mean 9. A piss test later on. I got 4 ultrasounds. I never thought I would get an ultrasound in my life, probably because I'm a guy. I never in my life thought I'd ever have to get a fucking ultrasound, but I did. 4 of them. Great. And so then the main doctor guy has been tending to me all day. Comes in the room after a while. At this point, it's 1 p.m. He's like, I think you have a bone disease. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I have a bone disease? And I'm like, I explained to him, hey, I've been walking home from school every day for the past month. And might I add, it's all uphill for a mile. A mile of uphill and no rests, because I didn't like to take any breaks. So I was like, all right, if I don't take any breaks, I'll get home, quicker. So it took 0 breaks. And bro's like, nope, no. Very, confidently says no. And I was like, you sure? And he's like, yeah, you probably have a bone disease that's eating away at your bone. And I was thinking to myself, how the fuck does this happen to me? I was thinking, I don't trust this fucker for a minute. As I was still set on the idea it was a torn ligament. Everything adds up to it being a torn ligament. I even say to him, hey, do you think it could be a torn ligament? And he's like, nope, bone disease. And that was the last I saw of him. He left. No. Before he leaves, he says, you might need surgery. And then bro leaves. And I'm like, you just gonna leave me at that, dude? So I'm there for 3 hours with no one coming in. Only one person coming in just to test my my vitals, which was annoying because I was like, you can go fuck off. I want to not be here because I see hospitals as a prison. You either leave dead or you leave dead. That's it. So she's checking my vitals and shit, every so often. 4 o'clock, these 2 fuckers come in. Actually, I'm not going to call them fuckers. They were super nice. These 2 orthopedic surgeons come in. They're like, all right, we've been informed of what's wrong with you. Can you walk around for us? I do my limp around. I do my sad, limp around the room. And they're like, yeah, you don't need surgery. And I don't think you have a bone disease. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. And so some other fucker I've never seen before comes in. And it's like, all right, we're going to give you an MRI. And I'm like, alrighty, MRI it is. And so then she goes, all right, before your MRI, someone's going to come in and run you down what's going to happen. Give you a rundown what's going to happen. Now, note this is at 5 p.m. I've been there for way longer than I wish I was there for. 6 p.m. No, not 6 p.m. 7 p.m. Or was it 7? I'm trying to get the times right. Hold on. Alright, you know what? Doesn't matter. So after that bitch comes in, tells me alright, some other fucker's gonna give you a rundown. The fucker who gives me a rundown comes in. And she asked me, do you have braces? No, I have braces now. At the time, I was actually had my braces scheduled for that month. Yeah, November 2nd, November 8th, Judgment Day. That's when I had to go to the hospital, not braces. Braces, I don't remember, I think 16th. So I was like, no braces, no piercings, no tattoos, no nothing. And then she asked me, do you have a penile piercing? And I'm like, no. And my mom is in the room. She goes, what's that? And I'm like, please don't explain it. And then she explains something. No. Yeah, but I don't have one. So then I get wheeled in to the MRI place. I have to take off all my jewelry, my bracelets, my necklace that I wear, and put on some bookie fucking gown. I got socks though. That was nice. I get in the MRI. It's up to I went in full body. So I was my head was barely exposed. So I was just I'm not claustrophobic. I actually kind of fell asleep in there. I was just kind of man, just let me leave. Please just fucking let me read the MRI. I'll do this shit myself. So I get my MRI done. I was in there for 45 minutes. I put all my jewelry back on, my clothes, and then we wait 2 hours for the results, and woman, I don't know why I say it like that. Some woman comes in I've never fucking seen. She comes in like, all right, MRI results are back in. Yeah, you have a torn ligament. I'm like, yeah. What'd I say, bitch ass? I never saw a doctor again. I hope I see him on the street just to be like, hey, fucker, I did tear a ligament, bitch. You didn't have a bone disease, you monkey. And so yeah, she's like, you have a ligament. I literally just like, I just exclaim like, yeah, I knew it. And then I get this look from her like, you gotta go to the mental ward now? Because are you acting? I don't know. It's like she just looked very appalled or taken back by how happy I was to tear a ligament. And so then she's like, all right, I'll work on your papers for you to leave. And that was like 2 hours. So I was there from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., which was suffering. And I have never been to a hospital since, which is why I avoid COVID so much. Because if I get COVID and I have to go to a hospital, I would rather die. Actually, no, I would not. I would rather go to a hospital than die. I love life. It's actually fucking great. I actually plan on being 130 years old because I want to see how much the world changes around me and shit. So yeah, that shit's gonna be fire. Anyway, so the healing process of the torn ligament took over a year because of because I injured it a few times more after that. From doing extenuating activities, I strained it a lot, so I had to like rest for a few days. But so how it worked is I was on crutches for a few days. For like a week or so. I got off the crutches because I was like, doing what they instructed, like giving it like a massage, wrapping it. So I was doing that. I was walking around. So once I stopped putting on the bandages and like massaging it, because it was like getting better. This was like a month afterward. I couldn't. My walking, the way I was walking was weird. Because I remember like my flexibility was super off. It's fine now. But I couldn't actually run until like the middle of March of 2020, because like if I tried to run, and then like a few minutes afterward, I get like the worst pain ever in my leg, and I feel like, oh man, I can't run. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a jog. So I did a jog, slight pain, but it was way less than the pain that was usually there. So I'm like, all right, I'm getting better. So I was able to run. So I was able to run fine. My flexibility, though, like I could not do what I'm doing right now. Like this is my right leg. Right leg goes to here. Left leg would go to there. It would not go very far. So that was a bit booky for a little while. So I started working on that. Over the summer, I like swam with some friends in like the ocean and shit, because it's like you can. After that, my leg hurt a lot because I was a bit strenuating. I biked around, which was strenuating, so I had to rest for like a month after that. And then my right leg, in the same spot, started to hurt. And there was no way I was going to a hospital. My mom caught on in like 0.5 because she used to be a nurse. She's like, hey, what's wrong with your leg? I'm like, oh, it hurts. And she's like, oh, just do what you did with the other leg. So I do that. My brother comes in, he's like, what's good, monkey? So I tell him like, hey, my other leg hurts now. He's like, oh, it's just probably a strain because of how much it's been compensating. Because I have to add, I've been barely using my left leg at all. I've been using my right leg just for everything during this time. So it's been compensating for all the everything like my left leg has to do. So it made sense. So then the pain went away, and it went away. I remember over the summer at one point it got super bad on both of them at the same time. And I was like, not to the point where I'd be limping, but to the point where the pain was there and I could feel it. And I was like, why? Why must you do this to me? Yeah, that's my injury story. Shit was not fun at all. On, baby. I don't know what to talk about next. I want to talk about something, because I don't want this to end yet. I want this to be going on for a while. I don't even care if no one watches it. No, actually, no, fuck you. I do care. Just have this running in the background, have me talking about random shit while you do your assignments. Oh, fuck. I have an assignment due in, I'm doing it tomorrow or today. I'll do it. Let's do it at 11 p.m. Go fuck yourself. Oh, man. I'll do it at, 10 p.m. Yeah. Poop. My quarter ends on Tuesday. My grades are fine. I have a math test. I gotta get 100 on that so I can make my grade even better. Yeah. My chair stopped squeaking. Um, what else can I talk about? I want to talk about something. Um, I don't know actually what to talk about. TikTok. No. Actually, no, I'm gonna talk about TikTok. My TikTok, actually, I have more followers on TikTok than I do on here. I think I have 1,088 on TikTok and like 230 something on here. I don't remember. But I only got a lot of followers. I once got I think 180,000 views on a video because I just stood there. I was doing a duet and I just stood there, and then that was that. So yeah, that's where majority of my followers come from, and I actually been doing this thing on TikTok since the beginning of 2020. So January 1st, the day I started doing push-ups. So I started recording doing push-ups every day of 2020. I would do right angle push-ups because that's how I was taught to do them in like middle school and shit. So I did those to affect my core, and now I do like proper push-ups with like my elbows to my side, so that affects my arms. And I plan on doing it in 2022 too, because I feel like it's just I'm so used to doing push-ups every day to the point where I have to just do it. And I like doing because it keeps me like in check. Like a lot of the videos of my push-ups now barely get any views, but the thing is I don't care because it keeps me in check. It keeps like me, it keeps me in check to actually do my push-ups and follow through with this thing that I want to do. So yeah, that shit's fire. Um, I don't know what to talk about. That was short-lived. Oh man. I thought I wasn't recording for a second because I looked at the live thing, which said 0, but then I looked at recording, said an hour and something. Too late to look. Man, my throat hurts. Fuck you. Free up Sporge, free up D's. Poop. I don't know. I don't know. My favorite movie back on Netflix, The Pianist. Shit's fire. My chair stop fucking squeaking. I don't know. I have LED lights in my room, not the stupid ones that go around the borders, but I have 3 lights in my room. I have a lamp that's on my wall, that's out of frame. I don't feel like moving my phone. No, my phone, my camera, and then the lights up there that also are out of frame also change, but they change with my phone, so my phone changes all of the colors of them. And my phone is on my bed, and I'm not trying to go reach for that because I'm very comfortable in the position I am in. What else is there to say? You know what I hate? People who deliberately change their personality for other people. I think that is the stupidest shit someone could ever do. Even if they dislike you for your real personality, I think it's better to do that than put on a fake personality for them. Here's why. Hamburger. No, just want to like test my audio. All right, my audio's fine. All right, so if someone changes their personality just for like someone, I find that to be insanely stupid, because you're not showing your real self, and the person you're trying to really impress won't get to know the real you because you're putting on a fake personality just for that one person. Anytime I meet someone, I won't change myself for them, even if they hate me for it, for my actual personality and the way I act. I don't care, because then I know how they actually feel about me. Because like you'll hang out with like one group of friends, and then one person will act one way. Hang out with another group, that same person will act way different, and it's just stupid to see how they act that way. That reminded me of what I wanted to touch on. A lot of people in general, school, work, wherever the fuck, they always put on a fake facade of just their personality. And for me personally, it's so easy to fucking see through that facade that they put on, like the nice person facade, when in reality they're a fucking dick. Like it's just so easy just to see through it, just like to see them like pretending like they're super nice just for like attention or not satisfaction, just like for other people. But then once they're not around those people, they'd be a massive dick to other people. I just got a notification. I'll check it later. It's 1:36. Epic. What else is there? Oh yeah, my brother's starting a YouTube channel, which is nice. He has like I went to his room. He has like a green screen, a ton of like soft boxes in there, like a microphone, a nice one too. He has a lot of shit in there, which is nice. Um, so hopefully, I really hope his channel does go like skyrocket and does really well. He hasn't made it yet, so I wish I could put it in the description. So if he did, I'd put that shit in the description. Point five. Um, I might do this shit podcast more often. Because I like talking about shit and I rarely ever get to talk. Because like at this time I'd just be silent. I'd just be like silently sitting, watching, lounging around, but doing whatever the hell I want to. Kind of just thinking in my head. But this I get to talk and express my thoughts, which I enjoy a lot. Yeah, fuck my hands. Oh man, I need to get some water from downstairs. I'll do that later. My coffee's so far away. I don't know what else there is to touch on. I think that might be it. Not sure though. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think that's it for today, honestly. I've talked on for an hour and 11 minutes, that is, I think. An hour and 11 minutes, yeah. I'm not cutting this shit so you can get the real natural experience. Janaska started a live video. What's good with him? I don't care. Polaroid like your video. Was it the push-ups? No. My other pictures or videos will get like not a ton of likes, but as opposed to getting 1 like and 7, these are real statistics. I'm saying, send names. Go fuck off, Snapchat. I don't have a case on my phone. I should not be throwing that. I'm gonna just slowly inch. Actually, I'm gonna walk because my cord's on the ground. So yeah. All right, you back in? All right. I just want to say thank you to those who actually watch this shit, and fuck it. Every Saturday is a new podcast. Hell yeah. No guests. Fuck guests. I'm the guest. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. So I hope y'all enjoyed. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all later.